Hey everyone, Mime Over Matter here. It is 1996, and we just got ourselves a brand new Daredevil action figure from ToyBiz. ToyBiz, one of the top leading companies making action figures out there, and Daredevil, of course, one of our classics, one of our favorites. We found this guy at KB Toys. We were shopping them all and had a few dollars in our pocket. So, of course, we're going to leave with a nice new Marvel Hall of Fame Daredevil action figure. Absolutely incredible. Just, I don't know, the packaging of this, the bubble packaging, it looks like there's a card in there. We've got a cable, and I cannot wait to open this guy up. But first, let's take a look at the back of the box. We've got a nice little display of how to use him. So he's got a grappling hook. We are going to play around with that, of course. Try not to poke an eye out. And then, Toy Biz. There it is right there. Toy Biz has been doing incredible things with the Marvel superheroes. I think they're the only, dare I say, the only company out there making Marvel figures. So there were some Secret Wars figures that came out a few years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, those came out over 10 years ago in like about 1984, seeing how it's 1996 right now. And those are from Mattel. We do have a few of those after we open this guy up, and we can compare how far action figures have come over the last 10 years or so. Speaking of action, I saw a fantastic movie this past weekend that came out a few months ago, Braveheart, starring the universally respected and non-controversial actor Mel Gibson. Did an absolutely incredible job. If you like war, if you like action, if you like comedy, if you just like Mel Gibson, it's a good action movie. Sit down, enjoy it. It's a little bit long, but since it's an action movie, it's not going to win any Academy Awards, but it's definitely worth a weekend watch. Grab some popcorn and enjoy. All right, back to the figure. We've got a nice little Colossus holding up the logo back there. It does look like this is a little bit sun damaged. There's a little bit of tint to the packaging. Usually you'll see this on older figures that have been sitting in that package for decades or so, but since it just came out in 1996, I genuinely think that was just probably a manufacturer's defect. Luckily, we're taking it out of the box, out of the package, so we're not going to worry about that. And first, let's take a look at Cable. I do love a good trading card. This is from the 1995 set of the Marvel Annuals. So I'm not sure if they put specific ones in different characters. I just think they randomly choose cards. So this is the true son, of course, him being the son of Cyclops. And his superpower to be able to glimpse into the future a little bit, that has got to be quite the gift. I would love to know what 10, 20 years from the future would look like, but I know I'm not going to because that is not a power that I happen to have. But back to our Daredevil, who can relate? Because while we can't see into the future, he just can't see in general. So look at the detail on this action figure. And we knocked him over. Oops. All right, let's pick him up. So as far as the face sculpt goes, I'm not sure how they get it in such incredible detail. And we've got our articulation on there. We've got our neck. We've got our arms. It goes back and forth. This is the classic 5 points of articulation. But wow, look at this. This has 7 points of articulation. This is probably something I've never seen before. Pulling in our Secret Wars, we've got our Wolverine, we've got our Iron Man. These have the neck, the shoulder, and the hip articulation, but no knee articulation. Honestly, 5 points of articulation is all I thought we ever were going to get, but Toy Biz comes to the market and they bring this 7 points of articulation. This is the future, folks. I genuinely don't think we can ever get any better than that. That is incredible. I am just floored. And look at that. You can barely even see what's holding it together. It looks so realistic. I think if I look closely, you can actually see a little metal pin in there, but it's practically invisible. It is amazing. I am just absolutely floored about the ingenuity and engineering that Toy Biz introduced. And speaking of ingenuity and engineering, it looks like we've got a fully functional grappling hook. So let's take that out and play with that and give it a little test fire. So we've got a real rope on there. We've got our grappling hook. It's Daredevil, so he's going to be jumping around. He's going to be going up on buildings. So the grappling hook is going to come in really handy. The firing aspect of it reminds me of the G.I. Joe weapons where they can fire the missile. Those are, of course, created by Hasbro. So unless Hasbro has slowly been dipping into the Marvel action figures, I don't believe that is the case. It will be the day when we see Hasbro starting to make Marvel action figures. That would be pretty funny. All right, so here we go. We've got our rope. We've got our arrow, not really an arrow, our hook, I would say. And let's try to knock over our Iron Man. And there we go. Oh, 2 for 1. We knocked over Iron Man and Wolverine. This thing has power. So, Kingpin, other villains, watch out. Daredevil's coming for you, and he can climb a building while doing so. So, what we can do is we can wrap it around I guess the canister, I don't know what it's called, the front of a grappling hook. And then as he fires it, it'll come undone and it'll hook on. An incredible feature. And it's just fun. And honestly, that's what toys should be all about. It's just a fun accessory and it's a fun figure and it's good to play with. I'm really loving this Daredevil. And I'm just happy that they're making these Marvel figures. As fans of the comics and of the characters, we don't get them in a lot of too many other places. We get some cartoons, which I absolutely appreciate, but we're not going to see them in movies anytime soon because honestly, there's really no market for really big, over the top superhero movies. We had our Superman, we had our Batman. We should be happy with those. We don't get too greedy. Marvel characters just aren't made for the big screen. But we've got our really cool cartoons that they come out with. There's the X-Men cartoon, there is the Spider-Man animated series cartoon, and those are perfect. And just like this figure. And we do have a figure from our Spider-Man. This is another Toy Biz figure. So let's first pick up our old-fashioned 1984 Secret Wars characters and pull in this 1994. There he is, our Hobgoblin, which this is another Toy Biz, and he's got that futuristic knee articulation. I'm still absolutely floored by what Toy Biz was able to do with these action figures and just make them so realistic. And the sculpts on them, they're just fun. These are just great toys. I love playing with them. I love putting them out on display. I don't know, call me old fashioned, but you don't just play with your toys. You can put them out, you can collect them, but it's really all about playing with them and having fun with them. I love these guys. Thanks for watching. All right, enjoy 1996 and go out and have a blast.